Hello, orchestra. Welcome back. Today we're looking at number 341 on page 30 in your books. Ode to Joy. This is 3 lines long, so it's probably one of our longest pieces we're going to be playing for a while, which is quite a lot of measures. So actually, it's 4 lines long. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 measures of music. And literally only one rest with a retake. Everything else is détaché, slurred, or that's it. So let's take a look at this. This is a piece by Ludwig van Beethoven. You probably heard Ode to Joy, and you probably already played this before you even hit play on this recording. Let's talk about first the Maestoso Tempo. That's a tempo marking, all right? Maestoso would probably mean something like majestically, right? How would you interpret that by yourselves? Take a minute to think about it or Google that. Find a piece of music that would be a tempo maestoso. Type that in, music in maestoso tempo, and kind of get a general idea of beats per minute that would be. Now, this doesn't change tempo back and forth within the piece. This is one specific tempo from beginning to end. And Ludwig van Beethoven, some of his music has different tempos within the music, but this is just the main theme from it. And you'll kind of get the idea of that as you go along in your career in reading music and playing it, performing it. And of course, in this case, studying it. Now, something to think about here is cellos. You're going to be going into that second position on the D string. So if you're looking through your music cellos, there's not one instance that you're going to be playing an open A string really until you get to the third line. Actually, not even then. Nope, you're still on the D string, and you'll go down to the G string, everybody, for that low A. So make sure that we know where to start for second position cellos. For the first note, you have F sharp. Now, violins, violas, you're staying, of course, no other positions. You only know the first position, and that's 2 fingers on the D string for F sharp. While cellos, your first finger is going to be on the second tape, or the red tape if you have the don't fret tapes that are colored differently. That's finger 1 on the second tape, F sharp. So something to talk about first, too, in case you're wondering how shifting works, violins, violas, in different positions. Everybody's positions are quite similar based on first, second, third, fourth, and sometimes there's half positions of each of those and where they're placed. Now, the tapes help us identify those, but the idea is that when you place your finger, no matter what finger it is on that fingerboard, that pitch would always be the pitch. So as I was describing to the cellos, their F sharp is normally 3 fingers in first position or their second tape, just like you have yours on your second tape. Okay, so second position now would then be on the second tape. And that will still be F sharp with the first finger. Regardless of what finger you use, that position, that particular spot on the string is always going to be F sharp, depending, of course, on your tuning of the strings. All right, and that string particularly, the D string, and that particular spot on that string on the fingerboard. And the same thing goes for every other pitch, because when they keep going on to measure all through measure 1 and 2, cellos will play those 2 F sharps in first finger. Then cellos will go to second finger G, which will be the third tape for everybody, right? And then you go to fourth finger A. Now, here, everybody has a fourth finger A, not just the violins, violas. Fourth finger A, cellos, is going to be that orange tape if you have the don't fret tapes, or you're just going to have to find it by making sure you can match pitch with that open A string with your fourth finger A. That way they sound the same. And we'll show you in a little bit what that sounds like and looks like in the video. Now, I would like you guys to take a moment to try and practice it by yourselves for at least the first half and the last half of this music. It's pretty simple. The part you're probably going to have the most difficulty on is that measure 9 through 12, the third line of music, where you have D, D, E, F sharp, G, F sharp, D, that little kind of cool melody of the middle of the theme. So let's go over those pitches real quick, like I just showed you, and the air bowing for that melody there. So we have on measure 9, the third line, first measure, D, D, E, D. So, sorry, C sharp, E, 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 F sharp, D. My bad. So E, E, F sharp, D. Okay, measure 10, down bow, E, F sharp, G, all up bow. So down bow, E up, F sharp, G, F sharp down, D up, E, F sharp, G, both one direction going up, down, F sharp, E, instead of D, E this time, D, E, then go to the G string, first finger, A, then lift your bow, retake for one beat, and go to measure 13 into the end of 16. So we can work on that a little bit with the instrument now. Let's start with the cello first, because they do have a quite difficult spot for themselves to play, especially with the shifting, okay? Then we'll go with the violin viola. All right, so I have my cello already set up, tuned, ready to go. I'm going to tilt my screen a little bit and move back so that way you can see everything I'm doing, including my bowing and my fingering. And let's go over that middle line there. The third line measures 9 through 12 cellos. Now, this is all in first position, so that's cool. So let's go over the melody, everybody, on that third line with the actual instrument now. And I'll play very slowly, no metronome, just super slow. All right, we're all going to play on the G string. There's no A string here. And then on the D string, there's no A string here. Then the very last note would be on the G string, first finger. So we have first finger on the D string, E, F sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, F sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, F sharp, E again, then D, E, A, lift. Here it is again. Just measure 10 now. They already have the first eighth note slur. So we start on E, then up bow, F sharp, G. Quite quick because they're eighth notes. Then F sharp, down bow, and up bow, D. Let's try it all together. Just measure 10. Ready and go. And then measure 11 is the same bow movement and melody, except for the last note is E instead of F sharp. Or I'm sorry, D. So we have E, F sharp, G, F sharp, E. And then measure 12 is D, E, A. We have to hop from E, first finger on the D string, to G on the A, first finger on the G string, A. All right, so let's hear what this sounds like from beginning to end. For the cello, and watch my bow movements. Play along with me when you get the chance. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, I gotta step in second position. 2, 3, 4. Shift. Slur. Shift back up to F sharp, first finger. Shift back up. Slur E to D, up bow D. Here's that measure now. Lift, second position. Shift. Slur. And that's what your recording should sound like. So I did put some notes in there out loud I was saying to make sure you know when to slur, when to shift, and shifting again meaning moving your first finger in this case and thumb together, not just your fingers. So the thumb in the back also moves. I'll put another recording of the violin viola in the responses. I just wanted to make sure that cello's got a chance to look at the movement of the fingers and how that's all going to work out. Make sure that you use this video to your, to your advantage. Pause when you need to pause, rewind when you need to pause, and practice along with me when you can. That way you can really perfect it before you submit your recordings. Okay, so go look at recordings. Violins, violas, look at the first response by me. Watch that so that way you know what to expect for your recording. All right, bye-bye now. Hey, violins, violas, I told you I'd make a recording of what this is going to sound like to play along with me. So here is Ode to Joy on the violin, but violas, you're going to sound the same thing and the same fingerings. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. slur, fourth finger A, don't forget that, slur E to E, up bow D, here's measure 3, 9 rather, slur, open D, 1 E, slur, hop to G, first finger, lift, and slur, and there you go. So even at 60 beats per minute, you're going to do this whole recording in one recording. So good luck. I'll make another one. All right, now here's a recording for a Maestoso tempo. We're going to do Maestoso is anywhere between 72 beats per minute to 84 beats per minute. So this one I'm going to do at the lowest part of Maestoso at 72 beats per minute. So see if you can play along with me at this tempo, or at least when you do recording, play no faster than this or 84 beats per minute. Otherwise, you're going to stumble through it and not make it really sound like what Ludwig van Beethoven intended this piece to sound like. Okay? All right, so here it is at 72 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4.